Hey everybody, that was a bad one. Hey, wrong camera. Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing well. I have a sobering video to do, but I'm going to be honest with you. It's hard to keep from smiling because it is such amazing times we're going through right now. But I want to do a video explaining where we're at. I did a video a week ago entitled, "You Have One Day Left." And what it was I did a video explaining a holiday, a system of in the stars, literally when the planets align a specific way, what happens to the emotional tension of human beings around the country, and it leads to economic recessions or crashes, right? The video is very well received, and as a matter of fact, a lot of you are here now because of that video, so welcome. To all of my amazing subscribers around the world, I absolutely love you and adore you. I cannot speak highly enough about you. Why? Because you listen before you speak, you think before you act, and you are different, and you are different in a good way. And I want to explain, because we are now in the middle of this season, this actual holiday, God's holiday, and the economy is completely imploding. And I want to explain it to you a little bit more in depth so that you can understand what is truly going on and see it for yourself. Because there's one thing to see things, there's another thing to be able to understand as you see it, okay? And not a lot of people understand. I still get comments, well, are you going to apologize on October 6th when nothing's happened? And to say what I'm about to share with you is bigger than what happened in 2008 is an understatement, all right? So Rosh Hashanah started around the 24th. Sorry, I don't have a tablet with me. I don't got my notes. I never have notes unless they're on cardboard. And since then, we have seen three massive, horrible things happen to the world's economy, all right? And how it's going to affect the US dollar and Europe going forward, okay, is going to be defined by what just happened. Japan announced that its currency was failing. It had dropped, I believe, 20% to the dollar since January alone, and it intervened in its Forex market to prop it up. This is the first time since, I want to say, 1998 that this happened. So very long cycle there, right? Japan has been in stagflation pretty much since 2001, I believe. They've had economic issues. They've just been stagnant growth since 2001 for sure. And it could have been longer. And they are now moving into their currency to help it out, to prop it up. And one of the things that they did is they decided to sell their U.S. Treasury holdings and start to take that money, the funds from that, and buy yen, again, to stabilize it, to bring value to it. That is already starting to affect our 10-year bond. It's causing it to rise even higher beyond what the Federal Reserve is doing, all right? Now, let me backtrack real quick and explain to you what's happening. The world reserve currency as of right now is still the dollar, even though we are losing it rapidly in many different ways. It's been going on. It's a multi-year loss of confidence in the US dollar by governments around the world. And please, I implore you to stick around to the end of this video, okay? Because there's a lot of information here. And I want you to be able to take this in, because I can't make a video that gives you every solution, every problem in one video. I've got 1,600 of them, I think, back there behind me. And I want you to understand what's going on, okay? As the dollar goes up in value, perceived value, because the interest rates that are going up that the Federal Reserve is pushing, it is putting strain, immense strain on world currencies. Regardless where their interest rate is, it's putting strain on it, because all these countries around the world have built up US dollar denominated debt, and they still need US dollar denominated debt, because that's how the world works for the last 40, 50 years, okay? After Bretton Woods. The petrodollar is set up still in a way that we can export inflation. This is not a video on that, but I wanted to give you a little baseline. So Japan moved in. Their action of selling treasuries are, I believe, twofold, and I'm going to explain that too going on as we talk about China. They are propping it up so it rises our 10-year bond, putting more pressure on our markets, our mortgage market especially. Then, about 3 days later, we saw the British pound start to really accelerate its decline versus the US dollar. The Bank of England announced emergency measures. They have now stepped in to prop up theirs. That is also very bad, right? So the strong US dollar is causing fracturing of the British pound. They have already been in lots of problems as well. Everybody's having problems right now. Since then, China the other day announced that they now too will be stepping in to sell U.S. treasuries, what they own, to be able to purchase yuan to strengthen that currency. Again, more selling of our treasuries that we have sold, essentially exporting inflation to other countries, and they are now rushing back. All right? To say that those three actions by those three global superpowers is bigger than the Great Recession is an understatement. To anybody that thinks that I'm going to be apologizing on October 6th is very, very mistaken. Now, here's the facts. You've got 7 days left, 6 days left to witness even more carnage. As a matter of fact, since that video came out, I believe the Dow Jones has been down every single day, maybe one day. I don't watch the markets that closely. I know it sounds crazy because I look at the bigger cycles. I know where we are in the bigger cycle. So we are going down. I don't care about the minutia. I don't care about the one day. Yes, I shorted the market on a Thursday. I don't remember which Thursday it was. I want to say it's the second Thursday of August, and shorted the S&P. And since then, that has done well. Since that video on Thursday came out, not only has the stock's been down every day, but I think we've knocked, 2,000 points off the Dow, if I had to guess? That's pretty significant. You have 7 days left to witness the rest of this cycle turn. And what I want to explain to you is because Yom Kippur is on, I want to say the 5th or 6th of October. It might be the 4th. Sorry, I don't remember off the top of my head. And what's happening is a global shift right now. And it doesn't mean that on October 7th, everything's over and everything is better. As a matter of fact, it gets worse. And it's better that you know it and you take the red pill right now and understand what's going on. Now, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm an investor. I've been an investor since 1999, 1998. I've seen a lot of things. I've lived through and invested and pivoted before two economic bubbles burst, .com and real estate. What you're about to see is all of our treasury bonds around the world come flooding back. So not only are other countries going to be hurting in the hurt locker around the world, but the US dollar is going to inflate in ways that you couldn't imagine. And I want people to understand that because they need to be prepared for that. So a couple of things you need to do is you need to go buy some food. You really need to go and buy a few months, if not a year's supply of food. Go do it now. Go get canned goods, things that storable food, because you're going to see supply chains collapse because they will collapse even worse as companies go bankrupt or have to close their doors because of funding issues, because of interest rates going up, things like that. You're also going to see more geopolitical issues because this is the time right now that countries, and I think it's very interesting that China came out and made this announcement because they know that we're in a hurt locker. They could do other things, but they've decided to sell treasuries. That's going to put more upward pressure, regardless of what the Fed does, on our bonds. This is going to get interesting, and I would not be surprised if you see another sovereign country. I think actually you're going to see the euro in a lot of pain in the next couple of weeks. Again, don't take this as financial advice. Just a dude with a bro hawk and a dream. But my dream is for you to wake up and to get ready so that when it's time and all this stuff collapses, excuse me, all of this stuff collapses, it's my dream for you to rush the mound and go and buy up all the real estate at rock bottom prices and be good human beings. That's the only way we do this. We do it through that, and we do it through God's money, gold and silver. If you own this, and not that it's going to be transactional, there's just not enough of it anymore around. Only 1% of the world owns it. You want to be 1%? You want to be a 1% mind? Stop thinking 10x. Think this. Get out of debt. They have no power. Own this, real money, God's money, the money from the Constitution. You have the power. Think about how important that is. Every time you share these videos, you're doing your part to spread this word. And that army, Ninja Nation, gets bigger. Get out of debt. Go get some storable food right now. And go and get yourself some gold and silver and start becoming one of the 1% right now. Let's grow the 1%. Matter of fact, it's believed by professionals, industry insiders, experts that only 1/10 of 1% of humans own any precious metals. So there's lots of room for us to become the 1%. And that is my hope for you. That is my dream for you. Through all of this darkness, all this craziness that you know that you felt, but you couldn't put a word to it or explain it, it's coming out right now. Your minds are being opened. Your eyes are being opened. And you are going to have actionable items. Those are your actionable items right now. Food, get out of debt, metals. Become the 1%. And I can guarantee you that Ninja Nation will own the world during this next crash. We will take it back from BlackRock. Trust me, you will see them close. All right, guys, that being said, I thank you so much again for sharing these videos. Thank you for all the thumbs up and hitting the subscribe button. With that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.